Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Liam is grateful, Brooke is pressing, and Hope admits is at last here. Carter Walton receives encouragement from Brooke Logan in today's episode. Liam Spencer is also appreciative. Hope Logan, meanwhile, acknowledges that Steffi Forrester Finnegan told her the truth. I hope Logan comes clean. Liam continues to embrace Hope and asks, you know, don't you? Hope slowly withdraws and remains silent, but Liam can tell by the tears in her eyes. Liam is curious as to how she learned. Hope just sobs without saying anything. After a period of stillness, Liam exclaims, Steffi. He is offended by Steffi's treachery. Shin assured him they wouldn't speak. Liam is urged by Hope not to be angry with Steffi. Hope sobs as Liam envelopes her. Hope mentions that Steffi was discovered unconscious. The Cliff Notes summary of the emergency brain surgery is presented to her by Liam. Hope now understands the beanie's purpose. He was doing well, so this diagnosis was unexpected. Hope recommends experimental therapies. Liam clarifies that he is already in capable hands. Liam mentions that he didn't understand how fortunate he had been in life until something so unfortunate happened to him. Liam talks on the happiness, joy, curiosity, and adventure he has experienced throughout his life. He cannot defend his anger at his death sentence. For starters, he no longer has time. Everyone should be enjoying each moment, according to Liam. Avoid being like me. Make every moment of every day matter by acting now. It is Liam who is now losing it. Hope says that as long as Liam is alive, she and Beth will treasure every moment. As he apologizes to Hope for not telling her the truth, Liam's voice breaks. Liam claims that he is with her in one form or another. Hope sobs as their foreheads meet, I am with you, always, whether on earth or in heaven. The doubt of Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Steffi questions whether she made the right decision at the Cliff House. According to John Finnegan, Liam was quite explicit about not wanting anyone to know. Hope is not just anyone, according to Steffi. She had a child with Liam, her former spouse. Does Finn believe she made a mistake? Instead, the doctor focuses on how Hope handled the news. According to Steffi, Hope was distraught. Hope and Steffi will need to support one another, according to Finn. Two mothers supporting one another during their grief and preserving Liam's memory for Kelly and Beth Spencer. Steffi asks Finn if Liam has gotten back to him. Too many inquiries are being asked by Steffi. Has Liam visited Hope? Does he understand that Hope is aware? Liam needs all the help he can get, Steffi argues. The encouragement of Brooke Logan. Forrester Creations is where Carter works. Carter brings back memories for the COO. As Brooke walks in, she asks Carter how he's doing. In red, Brooke looks stunning. Carter acknowledges that Hope was on his mind. Carter claims that being at FC without Hope doesn't feel right. Brooke concurs. Carter claims that he lost the love of his life because he did the right thing. They argue over Carter's handling of the matter. When Brooke confesses to raving about him to Deacon Sharp, Carter chuckles. Brooke believes she can persuade Deacon to reconsider Carter. Carter and Brooke talk about how Hope is still wounded but her feelings for him haven't altered. Brooke tells him to keep trying for Hope. Liam's promise to Hope, bittersweet. According to the Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi Forrester stood by her decision to announce Liam Spencer's grave diagnosis, while Liam Spencer made Hope Logan a bittersweet vow. Liam pondered how Hope learned of Brooke Logan's, Catherine Kelly Lang, illness at his house before figuring it had to be Steffi. Despite Liam's initial irritation with Steffi, Hope encouraged him to keep his temper in check since she was relieved to know the truth. He told her that he already had the best neuro team, but Hope still wanted to do some research and try to find a therapy for Liam. Hope, who was crying, said that they were simply letting Liam die, but he knew that nobody could control the situation. The bright side for Liam was that he now understood how lucky he had been, at least until this unfortunate diagnosis. Although Liam was upset that he wouldn't be able to stay and enjoy everything life has to offer, he couldn't defend his anger when his time was running out. Hope sobbed along with Liam at the entire circumstance and promised to treasure every second spent with him. Although he didn't want to be a burden, Liam apologized for keeping Hope in the dark about his brain tumor. Hope encouraged Liam to share with his other loved ones and reassured him that he wasn't one. Hope said she felt she took Liam's affection for granted after acknowledging once more that she had assumed he would always be there. Liam assured Hope that he would always be there for her, whether he was in heaven watching over her or simply in Hope's heart. Steffi updated John Finnegan at the Cliff home about Hope's shock and grief at learning of Liam's death. Finn said that Steffi and Hope would need to support one another after Steffi claimed that she was the only other person who could relate to Hope's situation. Steffi then thought Liam might be with Hope when she noticed he had left the guest house on Wednesday's B&B episode. Steffi didn't regret going clean, even though she knew Liam might already be aware that Hope was in the loop. In the design office of Forrester Creations, Brooke discovered a preoccupied Carter Walton discussing how his conscience would lose him the woman he loved. Carter recalled how Brooke stood up for Carter and continued to think Hope loved him despite the fact that he didn't protect her when she was fired from the company. Carter continued to believe that he had a future with Hope after acknowledging that he wasn't giving up on her. Don't miss any of the action because according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter is in for some surprises with Hope. Hope crushes her ex and supports her man. According to May 19 to 23, 2025, spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, Hope Logan is crushing her ex and sticking by her man. As is customary on the day of the early edition, we discuss the remainder of this week and then delve into the upcoming week. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, Hope loves Liam. We will have this week's event on Wednesday, the 14th, and it should be Wednesday when Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, hears Hope express her sincere desire to be with Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. No longer desires to be separated. Not for a second. When Hope tells Carter Walton that their future is together, he is crushed and excluded, which breaks Carter Walton's heart. It's unclear if this will happen before or after eavesdropping, but Carter will tell Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, that he will not accept that he and Hope are no longer together despite their repeated rejections, which will show that Hope is still completely infatuated with Liam. Speaking about her, Hope tells Liam that she loves him. About course, this is a way of telling Liam that Hope is aware of his impending death, and he confesses that he detests the thought of leaving her, Beth, and Kelly Spencer, Sophia Parrs McKinley, behind. Early May 19 to 23, spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Hope supports her man and attacks her ex. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful. Taylor Hayes and Finn are providing much-needed comfort to Steffi Forrester on Thursday, May 15. Naturally, once Steffi added, "Oh, by the way, I told Hope that Liam is dying," Finn simply reminded her. Steffi believes she did the right thing because Hope needed to know, but Steffi Forrester might start to worry about Liam's reaction after Finn remarked, "You know, we weren't supposed to tell anybody." She is reassured by Finn and Taylor, suggesting that they no longer kept this a secret from Taylor. Perhaps she overheard at work. I'm not sure. However, it is becoming less of a secret. Hope, in the meantime, cherishes every moment she has with Liam Spencer and, of course, is debating whether or not he can be rescued. Carter appears to be completely out of luck, at least with Hope, who is all about Liam. In the meantime, however, Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, keeps trying to win Carter over with her charms. And if Carter tells Daphne that Hope is attempting to get back together with Liam, she might become more self-assured. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, will Hope and Steffi find everlasting peace? Liam makes another attempt to get Hope to put him out of her mind and be with Carter on Friday, May 16. Naturally, Liam also doesn't want to make amends with Hope right before his death. Additionally, his initial motivation for pushing her toward Carter was his belief that Hope was unaware of his impending death. However, Liam is now aware that she is aware. He won't be able to persuade Hope to leave him, though. It's reasonable to assume that Hope prefers Liam to Carter. Speaking of him, Liam visits Finn at the hospital. Naturally, if anything new has emerged, they want to discuss his prognosis. Most importantly, for the sake of both Liam's girls and themselves, Liam wants Finn to make sure that Steffi and Hope remain together and find a lasting peace after he leaves. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, Carter's heartbreak, Liam's secret, and Hope's decision. From May 19th to May 23rd, Hope will inform Liam that she will not be returning to Carter. Despite his best efforts to be unselfish, Liam will most likely accept what Hope is offering. My wager is that Hope might gently but firmly tell Liam next week, "Look, please just stop bringing it up. I'm not going back to Carter." As Liam's symptoms grow, it becomes more difficult to conceal his secret. His appearance is getting worse every day. Everything about him is becoming worse, including the headaches and fainting. And now that he is aware, Hope is aware that Liam might give in and tell his father, Bill Spencer. Finn also gives Liam comfort regarding Steffi and Hope on Bold and the Beautiful. Sadly, it doesn't appear that Liam will be able to obtain some last-minute Hail Mary just yet, even though things do appear positive with the erstwhile stepsisters. He hasn't shown up yet, but I still believe he will. Liam's health deteriorates, Hope endures, and secrets are revealed on B&B next week. In the meantime, Lisa Yamada's character Luna Nozawa is devastated by Finn's rejection. Naturally, she is blaming Steffi for everything. Will she give up on winning Finn at last, or will she put in even more effort? Naturally, we also know that Lisa Yamada has a new job. We discussed her appearance in the upcoming Legally Blonde prequel series in yesterday's video. Additionally, since filming has just started and she needs to leave to record it, Luna may end up on the back burner. As was the case with Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, and R.J. Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, they occasionally take people off the stove and kick them under the oven after sliding them to the back burner. So, we'll see. As Liam's health continues to deteriorate, he and Hope get closer. Taylor was present to encourage Steffi. And since Taylor apparently found out about Liam this week, it appears that Ridge Forrester, played by Torsten K., will soon find out what happened to Liam, and Hope might go tell her mother Brooke. She might tell Carter. I mean, the secret might soon be revealed, and this could all simply be word of mouth. B&B casting news and other updates. Nick Marone returns, Luna's future. As a side note, in addition to Nick's return in mid-June, we recently learned that he will continue to be on air through July and that he is a part of the large remote that we previously discussed. Filming will begin in Italy at the end of May, and the episodes will premiere in July, or at least June. He should be here in 4 to 6 weeks. Luna might go from Los Angeles following Finn's harsh rejection. As Lisa Yamada secures a highly sought-after position in the Legally Blonde prequel, B&B's Luna may leave Los Angeles due to Steffi's meddling and Finn's persistent rejection. As her career as a portrayer takes off, will her father's ambitions come to an end? Lisa Yamada will not leave B&B for her new role. Notwithstanding Finn's cold shoulder, Luna's trip to Los Angeles is far from over. Soap enthusiasts, grab your remote controls. Since it was revealed that Lisa Yamada had secured a highly sought-after part in the Legally Blonde prequel on Prime Video, speculation that Luna Nozawa might leave The Bold and the Beautiful has been circling more quickly than Brooke Logan's wedding veil in a tornado. But before you start throwing a party to say goodbye to our disturbed daughter-seeking father, I have the inside scoop that says Luna isn't leaving. Legally blonde, yet bold and stunning. Let's start by addressing the most pressing issue. Indeed, our girl Lisa Yamada has landed a delicious part in the much-awaited Elle series as Amber. Furthermore, I am thrilled for her. The bad news is that this is a recurring role rather than a series regular position. Interpretation? She is more than capable of managing both responsibilities with ease. In soap opera realm, we have witnessed this situation innumerable times. Do you recall when those Final Destination films were being filmed, starring our tough Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline MacInnes Wood? Or when Catherine Kelly Lang participated in worldwide Dancing with the Stars competitions? The hardest working people in show business are, quite literally, soap opera actresses, who manage to balance several jobs while still giving us the heart-stopping monologues we love. Yamada could also move between sets with ease because B&B's filming schedule is so short, they film weeks in advance, soap aficionados. Don't worry, though, Luna won't be fired due to scheduling difficulties. The daddy drama is getting hotter. If you've been paying attention lately, which I'm positive you have, you've witnessed Luna's unrelenting efforts to get close to Finn, her new father. May sweep spoilers reveal that even though Steffi is determined to keep them apart, she keeps finding ways to connect with him. Come on, I mean. We haven't even begun to explore this intriguing plot. Would the authors truly reveal this shocking paternity twist just to have Luna fired a few months later? That would be cruel and unusual soap punishment, akin to offering a fine dining experience and then taking it away after the appetizer. Luna surprised Finn once more in the May 9th episode, which made me scream at my TV, demonstrating that she doesn't give up lightly. Believe me, neither are the authors of this plot. How about her historical criminal history? Yes, Luna has more baggage than a carousel at the airport. The girl has 2 murders on her record in addition to kidnapping Steffi. Some admirers have been wondering if her previous transgressions will drive her to leave town or land her back in jail. Take a look, Twitter warriors. But let's face it, after decades of terrorism, Sheila Carter was saved by this same show. Her grandchild can definitely have a redemptive story if that walking disaster can. Furthermore, they cannot let go of that dramatic potential now that Sheila is formally a member of Luna's family tree. If Luna leaves now, it would be the biggest missed opportunity since they killed off Allie Forrester, wrote one fan on social media, and they were spot on. What is Luna's really next step? From everything I've seen and heard from my behind-the-scenes sources, Luna is firmly establishing herself in Los Angeles. What she will do next to convince her reticent father is the true question, not if she will stay. Hope Logan sat by Liam's bedside, her fingers tucked into his, and in the faint light of the hospital room, time seemed to stop. Hope could only hear the echo of her own heartbeat pounding in her chest, but the machines that kept track of his precarious state beeped continuously in the background. The preceding week had been a terrible stream of information that nobody was prepared for: Liam's unexpected fall, the hastily performed tests, and the harsh, heartbreaking diagnosis that destroyed the sense of security she had so valiantly attempted to maintain. Tears now softly trickled down her cheeks as her face was centimeters from his. Her voice trembled with conviction and terror as she murmured his name like a sacred vow. She said, kissing his temple tenderly, "I'm here, Liam. I'm not going anywhere." Her once bright eyes, now obscured by agony and restless nights, looked for any movement on his face that would indicate he was still with her. It seemed like borrowed time every time his chest rose and fell. She held on to him not only out of love but also because it seemed like giving up on him, on them, and on everything they had ever experienced if she let go, even for a brief moment. She was unable to do so. Not quite yet. Never. Taylor Hayes stood silently outside the room, peering through the glass at Hope. This was not about the Logan versus Forrester dynamic that had been going on for decades. The competition that had formerly characterized their relationship was no longer relevant. This was about pain that went beyond old wounds and family names, love, and loss. With a gentle click of her heels on the glossy tile, Taylor moved forward and put a reassuring hand on Hope's shoulder. "He is aware of your presence," Taylor stated in a quiet, maternal, and low voice. Hope remained motionless for a while. "You're giving him something no one else can right now, Hope, strength." She was terrified that the world might turn against her if she moved or even blinked for too long. However, there was an unexpected sense of calm that came from Taylor's presence, similar to the reassuring stability that only someone who had experienced loss herself could provide. Hope's voice broke as she finally whispered, "I don't want him to die. I'm not sure how to survive in a world without him." Taylor seized her free hand while kneeling next to her. "You don't need to consider it at this time. The fact that he is still here is what counts. You remain here. And no matter what happens, you're not alone." Hope gazed at her, mascara long gone, eyes rimmed in red. "Taylor, how do you manage? How can you stay afloat when everything around you is collapsing?" Taylor smiled, a small, melancholy smile. "You don't. You simply take a breath. A moment at a time. When necessary, you yell and wail. And the people around you, even the ones you never thought you could rely on, give you strength." Her eyes shifted to the hallway, where Ridge stood with his arms folded, silently observing, torn between two women he had loved in different ways and two daughters who needed their fathers at different times. Hope brushed her fingertips over Liam's cheek as she turned back to him and sighed. "You can't abandon Beth," she muttered. "She continues to check the front door daily to see whether you plan to arrive home early. And Douglas, he finally addresses you as Dad once more. You are necessary to us. I need you." Her voice broke, and Taylor, unable to speak, just supported her by holding onto her shoulder. Hope's voice had a rawness to it that Taylor was all too familiar with. She had experienced it, grieved about it, and recovered. However, witnessing Hope's collapse in real time served as a reminder that some grieving starts in the limbo, in the unknown, and doesn't wait for the end. Hope gasped and tightened her grip as she saw Liam's fingers suddenly twitch. "Liam?" She exhaled. For a moment, she saw something, awareness, recognition, perhaps even a glimpse of the man she loved, as his eyelids flickered. It was sufficient. Hope put her forehead on his as she leaned in. "I have faith in you. I have faith in us. You will overcome this." Taylor stood gently, allowing them room, but not before giving Hope's back one last comforting pat. "You underestimate your strength," she said. She turned to go, her face proud yet hurt, saying, "And no matter what, you're not alone in this fight." Hope remained unwavering as the day went on and the antiseptic chamber was illuminated by bright beams from the Los Angeles sun. She hardly noticed the cautious reports from the doctors who came and went. Her entire existence revolved around the man in bed and their shared memories, including the cabin, the kisses, the sadness, the laughter, and each peaceful night spent daydreaming about the future. She recalled amusing things Beth had said that morning, told him stories in a whisper, and brought up the vacation to Big Bear they never went on. Since stillness was a sign of dread, she filled it with love. And there was no room for worry at that time. Taylor and Brooke chatted softly outside. It was one of the few occasions when something more profound overshadowed their long-standing rivalry. Taylor whispered, "She's stronger than we give her credit for." Brooke nodded, tears clinging to her lashes, adding, "And if the worst happens, she's going to need all of us." I hope the worst doesn't happen, but both women knew deep down that this wasn't just another twist in a soap opera narrative. This had the potential to permanently alter their family's structure. Hope moved in her chair and brought Liam's hand to her chest as they returned to the room. "You once informed me that perfection isn't a prerequisite for love. It all comes down to showing up, no matter how dirty or painful it is. So here I am. Arriving. And I will continue to be present each and every day. Even if your eyes are too exhausted to open. Even if listening is your only option." Her words, "I'm here," sank into the silence like drops of rain on parched ground, providing something essential, not just solace, but determination. And Liam squeezed a little, even though he was weak. Hardly there. However, it was genuine. And it was sufficient.